just another quick update. I forgot to upload the last video, so I'll probably upload 2 today. But tomatoes all doing pretty well. Those ones there are not doing quite as well, but got some radishes. I think I had them in here last time. I've pulled and replanted. Some more tomatoes. And just sweet potatoes, my corn, snow peas. Jerusalem artichokes are not quite up yet, but I know they've germinated, so I've got some more coming as well. So there'll be another large pot of them, another one of these, another half of 44. Turmeric in. Got some zucchinis up and planted now. Some in here, I got 9 in here, and got another 4 over there. Another one in that terracotta looking pot over there. I don't know if it'll survive or not, but we'll see. And then I've cleared all this area out, put all my pots in, ready for whatever I'm going to put in, probably tomatoes and probably some more zucchinis and stuff like that. All the tomatoes are in here, I've tore them all out, getting it ready, turned over for more corn. Got my yellow beams up, they're getting moving. My aromas are up, they're getting moving. My leeks, they're slowly getting there. I did weed them a little bit today, that's why they're looking a bit sad. But I watered yesterday, so they should perk back up by tomorrow, hopefully. Some spring onions next, which I've obviously got to weed. Some radishes, which I've just gone through and picked all the decent sized ones out, thin them out a bit. Some tomatoes at the back. As you can see, all those bottles are all full of homemade fertilizer, liquid fertilizer to go around. Now, all of that will not do me this season. I'll put 2 litres in each pot, which I've already done once, and I'll refill, so they'll probably make another 2 batches around about the same. Some of them are in 2 litre bottles, some are in 3, some are in 4s. So the 4 litres I put on my fruit trees, the 3 litres will go on the other fruit trees, and the 2s will all go in my pots, which are the ones I just showed you down there, those ones down there. I've got my tomato plant here, my big one. This is the first of the season. As you can see, there's some on here that are already starting to ripen up. I've already picked a couple off here. There's a nice size one there, there's a couple of nice size ones just starting to ripen. Now, ignore the weeds. I know there's heaps of weeds, but what's going on here, as you can see, I've pretty much pruned everything below about 1.5 feet high. Every single leaf has come off. Right, I know that one over there isn't, but it's a new shoot, and I'm starting to train it up. Once it gets up about 4 foot high, I'll take every single leaf down to the ground off. And there's one there that I've probably got to take off as well. But it's the same scenario. I've got to train it up a stake. So that's just for airflow, and so I don't lose too much nutrition and whatnot, and energy in lower leaves when they're just not producing anything. But this is what you get. You get decent sized tomatoes. You know, that's as big as anything you'd get in the store. And honestly, that cost me nothing. It's cost me $2 at most. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get probably 5 or 6 kilos off this on a little bit of water, stuff all fertilizer. You can see there's some eggshells around the bottom. I got chooks, I feed my chooks, I keep the shells, crush them up in the mortar and pestle, bang them around tomatoes. First of all, keeps the bugs away, slugs, snails and shit like that. Second of all, that will break down, it'll go to calcium. You can see heaps of lettuce, cos lettuce. I only grow cos. I like growing cos. See, there's a few that are a bit dodgy. I've got another patch in here, I've got another patch in there, I've got another patch up there. These are spring onions, those are pumpkins, these are butternut pumpkins. I only grow butternut pumpkins. This is my next crop here, which will be beetroots. These are a heirloom variety. They're just orange and red and yellow. I've tried this variety before. Very, very hardy. brilliant little crop. You know, you can start picking them from about the size of a golf ball. They'll get up to, you know, size of a regular size beetroot, so around that baseball sort of size. But I usually pull them when they're about the size of a golf ball, maybe a little bit bigger. Now I'll jam them in here. This is all here is just going to be completely packed full of them. As you can see, this here, there's one missing there. I've unfortunately got a pup, and it decided it was going to dig one up, pull one out, so I've lost one there. But this is tighter spacing than my younger other crop over here. This is a 6x7, so 6 across, 7 deep. These are only a 5x6, 6 down here, 5 across. Now, I've trialled this for many years, and 6x5 works really, really well, but 6x7 gives you a bigger yield out of the same size space, and you can do it. It is possible. It doesn't take any extra nutrients, doesn't take any extra water. It takes a little bit extra care. You've got to watch your spacings a little bit. You've got to make sure you don't get weeds, you don't have any competing, and as soon as they're ready, you start pulling and thinning out. If you want to, you can go mini cos, right? So you just pick them early, have them as a mini cos, so they're only about 4 inches tall. My cos usually get to about 10 inches, and they're 10 inches tall by about 6 inches round, so they're pretty decent size. Weigh, I don't know, 500, 600 grams each, very decent. But by doing it this way versus this way, you're getting an extra 7 plants to the square meter. That's a 900 by 1200 garden bed, and there's 30 plants in there, where there's pretty much, well, there's an extra row. So, you know what I mean? Or there's actually more than an extra row. But you get basically the whole outside run, so a 6x7, you get an extra 13 plants. Not 7 plants, you get 13 extras. Which is, when you're growing in a smaller space, definitely ups your yield, and it also ups your profit, especially when you're trying to just make that little bit extra to get you through the summer and get another crop in for the next crop. Now I'm having another crack at potatoes. I know this is getting to be a long video, but I'm having another crack at potatoes. I've trialled it a different way this time. I cut my seed potatoes up, so there was only one eye on each section, and I banged them in the ground. And I've got them already up out of the ground, so I will see how many potatoes I get. The little orange things you can see are lady beetles, obviously, and the lady beetles will destroy the aphids and stuff like that that get into my tomatoes, so they're beneficial. Anyway, as I said, I just thought I'd do another quick update. Might even do another one this afternoon and see what else we got going on.